Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. OTB drops are always some of my favorite every year, and we got a fantastic driver called the Delirium that just got dropped in Fission plastic. Well, I'm gonna go head to head with a couple other Fission drivers, including one of my favorites, the Dimension. Let's see how they fly. Let's go. Jeremy from Disc Golf Deals USA. I gotta say, whenever MVP comes out with super high speed discs, we're talking like 13 speed up in Fission plastic, I am always game for them. I mean, one of my favorites was the Dimension. I still bag and throw this one. And then recently they came out with the Mayhem in Fission plastic. This thing absolutely bombs. So I can't wait to test out the newest one that they just did. This is from the OTB drop, and this is the Delirium. Flight numbers on a Delirium are 14.5, 5, negative 0.5, positive 3. So those flight numbers mean absolutely nothing in Fission plastic because Fission ones are always usually a little bit less stable. So I'm hoping that's the case with this one. We're gonna test it out with some of my other favorite Fission drivers, and let's see if this is a bomber or if it's just a beefcake. All right, first off, this thing is super domey. Doesn't have a heartbeat, but super domey, which means this thing is absolutely gonna crush. I'm loving the colorway I got here with the purple. Man, this thing is sick. Let's see how it flies. Oh my goodness. Laser dead straight. Not a lot of turn to it. A little bit of a fade. All right, so I definitely say it's definitely a more milder version of a Delirium. And in that Fission plastic, it just comes out of the hand super quick. All right, let's throw some of these other ones while we're at it too. One of my favorite crushing ones is definitely the Fission Dimension. This one is 174 grams. Look at that thing. Definitely getting some turn on it. I mean, that was laser straight. So you can definitely see the Fission Dimension definitely goes a little bit straighter. We got a slight bit turn out of it. Now let's try the Mayhem. Fission Mayhem, 174 grams. Wow, that one's definitely got a lot of turn to it. Wow, definitely don't remember that. All right, well, right there it shows you. Definitely more stable than the Mayhem. Slightly more stable than the Dimension, which I gotta say, I'm kind of digging that because my Dimensions, once they get beat in, they're basically super flippy, a lot like that Mayhem. Fission plastic gets beat in pretty quickly. So I think there might be some hope that we can beat this one in, and then it might stay in the bag a little bit longer. All right, let's go throw it some more. So this is just a quick video. I'm trying to get a couple shots out for you quickly. These are dropping, I believe, on March 18th. So if you want to do pre-orders, you can do those now. If you want to wait until the 18th so you can see what colors you get, you can do that on March 18th. We got them over at Disc Golf Deals USA. One of the best ways I've found to test out the stability of a disc is to put it on different angles and see how it behaves. Distance drivers on Anhyzers is almost the perfect way to do it. Put it on an Anhyzer, see if it gets to flat, and if it even fights out of that, or if it just holds it the whole way, or if it turns into a roller. Well, let's see how the Delirium handles an Anhyzer. There we go, flat out, yes. Getting to flat. Oh, that is beautiful. Man, that is the perfect flight. This thing's got really good stability. It didn't take that Anhyzer and then add to it and then turn into a roller like some of these other discs are about to do. Yeah, this has got fantastic stability right out of the box. Now let's go with the Dimension. All right, that one I gave way more height, so that one's a little nose up. Yeah, that one flew okay. Hard to compare those two because the Dimension was way more up in the air. But I gotta say, that Delirium, perfect flight. Now, let's try the Mayhem. Oh my gosh, I hardly gave that much Anhyzer at all. Wow, that thing definitely is flippy. Really digging the Delirium so far. Dimension still got a sweet spot in my heart, but that one right there is pretty much a brand new one, and I know it's gonna pretty much get beaten in pretty quickly. So be interesting to see how these side by side break in and crush later. Fission Dimension is my all-time favorite, like big bombing shot disc, but I gotta say, once that thing beats in, it just becomes so flippy. It's hard to put it on any type of a hyzer without it totally rolling over and being a roller. So I'm hoping maybe this Delirium is gonna break in a little bit and fly like a nice brand new Fission Dimension and then pretty much hold that stability. That would be great. All right, I've seen enough comparison between this and the other two. This thing is flying great. Definitely a little bit more milder than the flight numbers might say. So anyway, I just want to rip this a couple more times. So let's try putting this on a hyzer and let's see if we give it a little heat, if it'll give us any flip up at all. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that thing coast up to flat. Wow, so good. For like a 14.5 speed disc, you'd expect something like this just to be a super meat hook, but in fission plastic, much milder, much more friendly to the slower arm speeds. Yeah, I can already tell this is probably gonna be going in my bag, get it a little bit more beat in where we get a little bit more flip to it, and then hopefully it'll stay there for a good long time. All right, we're gonna do one more throw. So if you're brand new to disc golf and you're trying to figure out what I'm talking about as far as a disc being beat in, well, over time, the more you throw a disc, it breaks in and then it becomes less stable, which means when you throw it flat, it's gonna flip more on you over time. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. If you get a nice stable disc and you break it in and you beat it in to where it becomes a little bit more flippy, it's usually gonna find a point where it like stops beating in and it's just gonna like kind of maintain that stability. I have a feeling that I can get this Delirium to that point where it's gonna be a nice flippy disc, but it's gonna hold that flip for a long time, and this thing is gonna be a crusher, I can already tell. Okay, one final shot. That basket is well over 400 feet, so we're just gonna lay this thing nice and flat, give it some heat. Let's see how close we can get. Yes, getting a little turn out of it now. Oh, let's go. I think that's circle's edge. Yeah, wow. This thing is flying great. Definitely not getting the turn right out of the get-go like the Fission Dimension is. Got to beat it in a little bit to get it out of there, but I can already tell this is definitely going to be up there with the Fission Dimension for sure. Wow, well, this thing definitely went well over 400 feet, which for me means that this thing is a bomber, because I don't get to 400 feet super easy. Takes a special disc, and this definitely is a special disc for sure. All right, I'm pretty sure these are dropping March 18th. We got them over at Disc Golf Deals USA. We got pre-orders right now. If you want to wait until March 18th and then pick out whatever color combo you want, that's a smart choice too. Well, stay tuned, because I got some of the other OTB Phase 1 drops that I'm going to be doing reviews on. Let me know which disc you would like to see next. All right, until I see you guys next time, peace out.